Cuba, it's me! Welcome to episode 141 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now, today I'm starting a new series. This is part one. It's going to be called Behind the Match, or Beyond the Match, something like that. Inside the Match. I'm taking a look back at some of the matches that I hold dear in my heart, and just giving you a little bit of insider talk on them and how I felt about it. So anyway, we're going back to I don't even know the date. It was 2007 or 2008, and it was no, it must have been 2007. Yeah, it was 2007, and I wrestled Tom Ryder, and it was the first ever ladder match I ever competed on. The promotion was PWA. The venue was Elements Nightclub in Kitchener, Ontario. I had just joined forces with the Sports Generation, Jesse Jones and like Matt Burns was there, Ruffy was there, Amy Victory. I'm not sure. I think that was it at this point. And I was the Internet Championship. So Tom Ryder won some kind of qualifying match, and they hung the Internet Championship up. And whoever climbed up the ladder and retrieved the belt would be the new Internet Champion. So basically, since it was my first ladder match, I was wanting to go all out. Big fan of the Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon ladder matches, and so I tried in my mind to top it, but that also meant rushing it and not selling as much. But hey, I didn't know what I knew back then. But there was some pretty impressive moves on there, and I remember the commentary was done by Joe Dog Hallam, and the Red Sweater guy, and Craig. And there's a brief little video of some clips of the match, but it's really blurry and not the best quality, and it misses some moves that were on the outside. It was just like a still hard cam. But anyway, so the match started, and Jesse Jones accompanied me to the ring for this match. And I remember there was some crazy stuff right away early on. I did some kind of a move to him, and I went to get the ladder, and then he did like a flying plancher over the top ropes and like nailed onto the ladder onto me. And then somehow we brawled up to the top of the stairs, which was like the entrance aisle down to the ring area. And I ran at him, and he backdropped me over top of the flight of stairs. And being young and crazy and full of piss and vinegar, I got up pretty soon after that and Russian leg sweeped him right on the ground, on the floor, not in the ring. And then, so we went back in the ring. There was some other moves. Oh, I did like a Dean Malenko gutbuster on him, where I was like sitting and did the gutbuster. And then I did like a neckbreaker off the apron to the floor. That was pretty memorable. And then I remember at one point in the match, Jesse Jones got me a chair, and I went to hit Tom Ryder with the chair, but he was standing on the apron, so he moved, and I went back and circled around, and then he did like a springboard dropkick into the ring and dropkicked the chair into my head, and that was when the blood happened. And there was a lot of blood. Apparently, I didn't know how to do it right, so blood was pouring out. But anyway, I fired up, and I got all upset because of the blood, and I kicked the ladder closed, and I slammed it in the corner, and I suplexed him on the ladder in the corner, and then I went to whip him into the ladder, and he reversed, and I smashed the ladder so hard, and then went and flipped to the outside of the ring after that. That was pretty crazy. Some other memorable moves. With the help, we had a small ladder, and then we had like an 18-foot ladder. Well, the small ladder, because we were suplexing each other on it, and he was planching on it and stuff, it was getting bent. And I set it up, but it was really wobbly, and the referee, I believe it was Mark C., he was like trying to hold it steady, and then I turned around and I did a flipping blockbuster off the ladder. That was pretty good. I wasn't all the way up the ladder for that. And then, so then whatever happened, Tom Ryder DDT'd me, and he came back, and he started climbing the ladder. Well, I chased him up there, but he hooked me as he was sitting on the ladder. He hooked me with his legs and did like a Frankenstein or Hurricane Rana off the ladder. And it was just weird. We both twisted a weird way, and I almost landed on my head, but I was kind of rolling, but it looked really disgusting. But fortunately, nothing bad happened from it, just some bumps and bruises, maybe a concussion or two. And so what else happened here? Oh, then he pretty much had it won at this point, but he went and got the giant 18-foot tall ladder, and he climbed up it almost all the way. It was really high up. It was a huge ladder. Like the Elements nightclub, it went way up because it was like a nightclub for dancing and doing like DJs, and they had music and stuff. But it was really high, the ceiling, and the lights were way up there. So he climbed up the ladder, and he didn't go all the way up. It was like one or two rungs from the top, and he did a big splash on me from the ladder. And so that was his chance. So then he went and climbed up and went to get the belt, which I was down and out, but Jesse Jones saw that, and being who he is, he's Jesse Jones, he prevented Tom Ryder from getting the belt. So I climbed up after. Finally, Jesse revived me, got me too, and I hooked him like an electric chair drop, but instead of going back, I went forward and face planted him through the sit out. And then finally I climbed up and got the belt. And I just remember this, Tom Ryder was laying there, and I got the belt with like my last ounce of energy. And then as soon as I grabbed the belt, I fell down and turned with the belt in my hand. And the strap of the belt, Tom Ryder was like over here. And as I turned, the strap of the belt like hit him in the head or the face, and I like whipped him with the belt as I was falling, not even realizing it. And then like I had blood everywhere. I was out of it. And Matt Burns came out, and he gave some kind of move to Tommy Ryder, and then him and Jesse Jones like put me on their shoulders and like carried me out. So that was my first ever ladder match, a very memorable one against Tom Ryder. And you know, I always have a dear place in my heart for that. I've only done like 4 ladder matches in my life, and they all have a special place in my heart. And I just remember I was dating this girl, and she was like freaked out by it. She had seen me wrestle like 1 or 2 matches, but nothing like this. And she was like, "Oh my God, how can you do that to your body? Like, you're not even gonna be able to walk. How can you do anything?" And I'm like, "I can do anything. Like, I feel fine. We can mess around and have sex right now." And so we did. And I was like, "I'll show you. I cannot do anything." So it was really funny. And so remember, on the Willow Show, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba.
God, he's got, whoa! That son of a bitch just got back chopped from the stage to the floor! That's a long ways, Joey. You have got to be kidding me! Elian Habanero is dead! Basically, to sum it up, Walt Toddington is the outside! Oh my God! Oh. Elian Habanero on the, oh my God! Oh my God! That was a neck breaker from the damn apron. I don't know what to say, but Elian Habanero has got a damn steel chair, and Tom ducks out of the way. Tommy Two Guns ducks out of the way. Up on the top. Oh! Drop kick into the chair by Tommy Two Guns. There's a ladder, and oh my God, Tommy Two Guns is going to catapult him. Ow! Face first! And there goes his face. After him. Kicks to the face, Elian Habanero, oh my God! Oh, blockbuster from the ladder! That's a Cuban Missile Crisis, my friends. Blockbuster from the damn ladder! Raise some feces. Sure enough. And now, holy shit. Elian Habanero, I've never seen him this angry in his life. Look at the color of the blood rolling down the face. I've said it before, Jesse Jones has gotten this poor little Cuban's head. He's a different man ever since joining the generation. Just look at his face. This is not the same. Oh my God! Club and blows there by the Cuban assassin, or the Cuban sensation, the Cuban whatever. Irish whip reversal. Oh! Oh my God, all the way to the floor. Right now we might have a dead Cuban. Yes, but now Elian's got Tommy in his grasp, but Tommy kicks him off. Standing on that ladder. What in the hell are they going to do? Hooks the legs, does Tommy? Hurricane run. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Tommy, no! Tommy, come on! Holy shit! Tommy, you gotta be fucking kidding me, Tommy! Don't do it! Tommy! No! Oh my God! That's an 18-foot ladder. You know what that means? Violence. If that is an airplane, I have... Oh my God! Oh my God, he broke his neck. It does not count. And And now Jesse Jones is holding Tommy Two Guns. And now Elian Habanero is following him up. Elian Habanero giving him a bit of a boost here. Electric teardrop from the ladder. Electric friggin' teardrop. Elian can't get it down.
Men have killed each other for this belt.
Oh, shit!
Jesse Jones out of here.
He knocked it out. He got it. Tommy had one more shot. He almost made it up. And then Jesse Jones just gave Tommy Two Guns a black eye.
Jesse Jones has taken one of the greatest moments in PWA and turned it into another one of his pieces of crap that should be on a subway bug somewhere.
That's right. Well, I don't think even Jesse Jones could ruin that match. Tommy Two Guns leaping from what seemed to be like 800 feet.
I don't care if you say